waiting to see what happens. We could look smiley. Don't, because you make me giggle. Oh yeah, look, there we are. They're coming. Smile.
Loonies.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this video live tonight, Tuesday the 15th of April. I'm Louise Daniels from Lou's Colourful Crafts, and I'm joined by two of my teams who...
Yeah, I'm Elizabeth from Crafty Capers.
Elizabeth and Caroline.
Hello, I'm Caroline from Caroline's Creative Crafts.
Okay, see you later.
So without further ado, I'm going to start the procedures, and we will be able to show you some of these wonderful things using the Textured Notes suite. So I'm just going to do that button, and that button, and then hopefully it's me. And I will be joining you live tonight. Where have we gone? There we go. So sorry about this. It feels like 100 years since we last did this, but anyways, so as I say, I'm Louise Daniels. I'm an independent Stampin'Up demonstrator, and I'm based here in the UK. So I have brought along tonight the Textured Notes bundle, and I'm going to switch my camera so that we can actually see what I'm doing. It comes with the stamps, the dies, and some wonderful papers that we're going to introduce you to later. So let me just carry on. I don't know where we've gone again. There's a delay, obviously. I'm not quite sure what is happening. And these are the stamps that we're using this evening. And I'm going to introduce you to, there's two sets of DSP come with this paper. And I am going to be able to show you the black and white versions. They're two-sided as always, 12-inch pieces, and they are beautiful. I think they're really, really useful. So you've got a watercolour type background, lots of leaves, more leaves, a splodgy backgroundy thing, and another darker black and white colour, watercolour base background, and bigger leaves, little leaves, more watercolours, more leaves. So without further ado, I'm going to share with you a couple of quick projects using the black and white papers and one or two other things from the suite. So I started with a matte in Poppy Parade. I love black and white and red. I think it's a classic. I've then taken, and that is 10.5 centimetres by just under 15. I'm then going to simply glue one of the pieces as a background to it, like so. And there we go. Pop it on, leaving myself just a little lip around the edge. Don't forget you can wiggle it a little bit. And then this piece here, before I just stick it on, as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, so I'm bringing in my blends. If you don't know about Stampin' Up blends, they come in pairs of colours. These are the Poppy Parade ones, and you'll see they're exactly the same, but one is light and one is dark. And the idea is they have a brush end and a fine tip. I'm going to use the brush end tonight, and I'm just going to add some Poppy Parade to my leaves, like so. I'm going to add it in. It's ideal if you haven't got all the inks, but you like painting, and blends are just amazing for making you feel like a proper artist. Because they're alcohol, they just do what it says, they blend. And I'm going to colour in all of these little white leaves all over here, like so. There we go, the little tiny one. Probably noticed I've switched to the fine tip, it was easier, be a little bit more direct. And then the beauty of these is the darker one, you're probably thinking, why are there two shades? Well, in a moment I'll show you. I'll just pop up this side here. You can see how quick it is to actually add colour to your projects. And here we go. Go. And then what you do is you bring in the darker one, and Stampin' Up make it really easy. Where there's a vein, if you just add a little bit of shading, one side all the way down, and it just adds a bit of 3D to your project. Sorry about the squeaking, it's because I'm on the glass mat. There we go. And straight away you've lifted your leaf from being just an image to something a bit more interesting. I'm going to add a little bit more of the dark down there. You don't have to be too exact. And the other thing is, if you're not 100%, you can go back over with the lighter one, and funny enough, because it's a blend, it will blend, and I'll just give it a couple of seconds to actually soak in, and then there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to bring my glue in. Before I do that, I'm going to bring in my just ordinary basic black Memento ink, and I'm going to use one of my favourite stamp sets, Simply Said, because this, after all, is just what it is. It's a Simply Said stamp, and it's just going to say, let's celebrate. I'm not sure what we're celebrating, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm going to, if you remember, you've got your photopolymer stamp, just drop it, pick it up, so then it doesn't get squished. Tap, tap, tap on the black ink, straight down, straight up. There we go. And like so, bring my snips, just create an end. There we go. And I've got a piece of Poppy Parade here that I'm going to just add this to. I'm not bothering with dimensions or anything, just a simple flat card. And I'm just going to pop that on there like so. I could bring the trimmer in. I'm going to be brave and do it by hand. Quite simple really with our snips. There we go, all the way along. There we go. And I'm going to just add that. There we go. To the centre of my card. Again, flat with some glue. Like so. Just about there. I don't know what we're celebrating, but I'm sure it's going to be fun. And then bring this piece and glue it straight onto another card, like so, onto the other layer. little tip, if you look at the opposite corners, you'll see whether it's, you look there and there, you'll notice that you've actually got it straight. And then in this suite, with the textured note suite, you get some wonderful gems. These are white. I'm going to use just the 2 remaining black ones and put one on that corner, one on that corner, like so. And I'm going to pick up a tiny little white one, and I'm just going to add it above the black one, and the same at the other end. And then I just need to find, I've made some white card bases somewhere. There they go. And then what you finally do is grab a little bit more of the black, and as you'll see in a minute, this suite is amazing. It's one of the online exclusives. So you have to find it by going to our shop under any of our names and click on the online exclusives, and it's there. And you obviously don't have to buy the whole suite. You can buy just the DSP. That's what Elizabeth decided. And you'll see her wonderful project in a moment, just using paper. Caroline's got the dies and the amazing embossing folder that comes with it. And there we go. So that's my first card tonight. And then the other one, talking of the embossing folder, which is absolutely amazing, it's this one. Caroline's going to talk a little bit more about it, but it's the Stamp and Cut embossing folder, and it's mini corrugated. You make your own corrugated paper. So I couldn't resist. I've been playing with that for ages. And what I've done, I've got a black card base here, like so. And I have taken a piece of the ordinary DSP, hoping you can see it, and I've run it through the embossing folder. And all I'm going to do, before I do any more, is to use something else, because in the kit comes this white ribbon, which is called white, I can't remember what it is. It's a narrow ribbon, and obviously white on black, it's all getting a bit, but I don't know whether you know that if you bring in these blends, you can actually colour the ribbon to suit your project. So I'll just very briefly colour in a piece of the white to show you how easy it is. Depending on how much strength of colour you want, I'm going to do a piece to go all the way across. I'm going to turn it over to make sure. I like to do both sides so you get a really good depth of colour. Great fun this. Even better fun on the glass mats. There we go. I can wipe all that up in a minute. So I've now got a piece of the ribbon to coordinate with my project. I'll just snip off this end, and I'm going to take that out of the way. I'm going to use some tear and tape, and I'm going to pop a piece about there, using my grid to hopefully try and get that slightly straight. Not convinced. And then I'm going to just lift up the tape like so. Only I'm not, because it won't. Hang on, wait a minute. Come on, teary tape. Sometimes, with the best will in the world, you can't get things to join in with you. Not going to do it. And I'm going to pop, because it's a dry adhesive. Oh, I need a bit more ink on there. I can see that at the top. It's still too white. So you can always go back and add more. As I say to my littlest crafters, you can't take it off, but I can add lots on. There we go. I'm going to go all the way across there like so. You'll notice I've tucked it down the end. Just, we don't need all of that. Round the end, underneath, And then I was going to bring in the stamp from the set that just says thank you. If I can find it. What have I done with it? There it is. Just says thank you. And that's too small. I did have it. There we go. I knew I had some white card. Always have some white card around. Don't like that piece. Let's find another piece. There we go. I'm going to just bring in the block. And then I'm going to pop it on the end there. Just says thank you. And I will just use the trimmer off camera and just tidy this up a little bit very quickly. And as I say, this is found on our online exclusives, and you'd have to log in. I'm louisedaniels.stampin'up.net. The other ladies have also got their shopping channels. Go and find us on the internet and have a look at all sorts of wonderful projects. So there we go. We've got a thank you. Now, because we've also got a bit more space on this card, what I want to do is to bring in another piece of white card, and this may or may not work. I haven't practiced it. I've just suddenly thought about it. They say it's better to be a bit spontaneous. The stamps, you see, match the leaves that I was colouring on the other side. Just going to do them with black ink a bit more, and I'm going to go like so. There we go. And I'm going to very quickly, you don't want to see me sitting for hours fussy cutting. I'm just going to very quickly fussy cut the leaf, but I'm not going to go up close. And you see, I'm just making an edge. But basically, I'm making my own sort of like a die cut piece. And I find it easier because I'm left-handed to come in from the top, like so. I'm really very excited. We had a great time in Strasbourg. Wonderful new projects coming online in May. And we've got a fantastic catalogue. Again, if you want a new catalogue and you haven't got a Stampin' Up demonstrator, reach out to one of the three of us and we can help you get yourself a catalogue. There we go. So before I stick that one down, you see how quickly that becomes something a little bit different. And I will use some dimensionals on the back of this leaf piece. So not too many, because at the end of the day, they are plastic based. Don't want tons of it all over everywhere. Still gets everywhere, even if you try not to. There we go. I'm going to put that one on there. And I'm going to do the same on the back of here. And then, oh, there we go. I've just realised I haven't cut one piece of white card that is to go on the inside of this card. But there we go. There we go. And then I'm just going to bring my green Tombow glue in. If you haven't discovered Tombow, you really do need to. Best thing ever. Incredibly sticky glue. With the corrugated ones, I do add a little bit more glue, just because of the depth of the pattern. And I'm just going to, make sure that one's stuck under. Please. There we go. Hold that one on. Be careful when you're gluing these corrugated ones down. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There is my second card for this evening. And I'm smiling to myself. I've managed to do it within our allotted time, so we don't all run over into each other's spaces. So there are my two cards using the black and white paper, Botanical Textures, the corrugated paper, and some Poppy Parade ink. I do hope you've enjoyed that. And I'm now going to hand over to Elizabeth, and she's going to share something with us that is using the the textured notes paper. So thanks ever so much for watching. And
Hi, I'm Elizabeth and I'm Crafty Capers. So I didn't buy the whole suite. So as you can see from Louise, we've got the black and white paper and the ribbon, the embellishments, the stamp set. But I decided to just go with the Woven Textures Designer Series paper. And I'm going to change my camera to top down so that you can see it better. So just bear with me. And here we go. So I've cut mine into pieces, just like Louise. So you get 3 pieces of paper, all of each design. So we've got this design and another textured design. I really like this. It reminds me of coffee beans for some reason. And this reminds me of my hair because I always plait it. Don't ask me why. This is amazing for making baskets. And we've got a soft linen on the back, linen. And this, I couldn't bear to cut it up into 6 by 6 because I want to cut circles out of it. It's just beautiful. So yes, 3 of each of these papers. So that's all I bought was the papers. However, I had previously got a stamp set that and dies that are called Grow With Me. Grow With Love. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I love gardening. I love growing my own vegetables. I love growing my own herbs. So this was just perfect for me. And I thought that the 2 elements combined wonderfully. So I have created, it's a gift really. I think it's too heavy to post because we've got our little packet here with rosemary, which is perfect because Easter Sunday is just around the corner, and traditionally we have roast lamb with rosemary. So let me get on with showing you how to make this gift. So I've got my little pieces cut out. If anyone would like the measurements, please don't hesitate to contact me at craftycapersuk@gmail.com. So I've got my base card. This is in crumb cake, and then I have chosen to use this piece of paper, and I'm just going to let me put my glasses on. I've chosen to use this bit, and I'm just going to adhere that down using the wonderful Tombow. What would we do without it? And just want to get that nice and central. That's it. Then my little accordion card, which is really simple to make. It's just score marks. So I'm going to put, I have chosen this time around, instead of the coffee beans as I call it, I'm going to use this texture. And because the designer series paper is called Woven Textures, I want to add as much texture as possible. So on the front, I've got a little bit of what I call my coffee beans. So I'm just going to adhere that down. Move that out of the way. Stick that right on the side because I want maximum exposure to this beautiful designer series paper. And Then add that. And then simply, I'm going to adhere this to that. So it's an accordion. So lots and lots of Tombow on this so that it doesn't, I say lots and lots. That's my idea of lots and lots. I'm going to put it right up to the side and then press and hold down. So I think you can see that these woven textures designer series paper are quite eclectic. You've got the black and white, then you've got these wonderful textures. So as I said earlier, I decided to pair it with Grow with Love. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I love gardening. I love growing my own vegetables. I love growing my own herbs. So we've got rosemary, basil, mint, and thyme. Hope you can see all those. And the dies in this collection, not only do they cut out these beautiful little frames, but they also cut out individually my thyme, my basil, my rosemary, and then this is the star for me. We've got a second layer as well. So we've got labels that can cut out the sentiments on here, which is thank you so much for your love and care, from the garden of, grown with love, you're on my mind. And then these little gorgeous tabs, which I have used in my project to seal up my envelope, which I'm just about to demonstrate. I'm going back to front, aren't I? I will say that I'm not going to do all the fiddly bits because it will take me over 20 minutes. But I just wanted to show you these dies and the stamps because I love them and they're so great for gifting. So here we have our accordion card. Then using this die, I could do it in any paper, any colour, anything. But for today, I have chosen a white card. So here we have it. I'm just going to tuck all the bits in that I don't need. And I'm going to use rosemary because it's coming up to Easter and I want to gift this. Well, I want to gift lots. So I'm using Mossy Meadow ink. Oh, it's a little bit stiff. It's very stiff. And I'm going to take my ink pad. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's my stamp gone? Where's my stamp gone? Oh, it's always the same when you're live. It was here a second ago. Where's my stamp gone? Okay, let's wait until I can find it because it will appear. Everything disappears in a craft room. So I'm going to make my envelope and see if I've got enough ink on this. And I'm just going to stamp some rosemary and then stamp off. Then I am going to adhere this together. So put a little bit of Tombow. right there. And a little bit of Tombow here. And then the best bit is here is my dried rosemary. I have got so much dried herbs. Oh, it smells amazing. So many dried herbs. I can't tell you the therapeutic value of being in my garden. So I'm going to pop some rosemary in there and hope that the recipient loves rosemary with their lamb as much as I do. Let's put that back again. Then the very, very fiddly bit is getting your twine. I have some twine right here. Is getting your twine and just cut a bit off. So the trick is to thread your twine through your hole before you stick it down. So like I said, this is fiddly, especially when you've got eyesight like mine. And you really don't want to watch this. But anyway, you thread your twine through there and then through the next one and then make a bow. So it's easy for the recipient to open it and they can reseal it. They don't have to use all the rosemary all at one time. I'll show you in the card that I made previously. So there we go. So aren't they cute? They're just gorgeous. And then again, without going into time upon time, if we come back to this, I would then tie using lots and lots of twine, tie it round and round and round so that it stays in position. Then I have a little piece of paper here and I'm going to glue that down, and this is for my sentiment. This is my saying of what I would love to say to everybody who receives some of my dried herbs. I just love the gift of giving. It means so much to so many people. And it means the world to me, I'll be honest with you. Homemade cards, homemade gifts, they really mean a lot. So here we'll have all our twine. That's where I'm going to write my little thing. And then to decorate the front, and like I say, this is pretty hefty, so I wouldn't recommend posting it. You can if you like, but I think it's better as a gift. So to decorate the front, I have, oh, I'm just going to decorate my little packet first. So here we go back to the stamp set, and we've got Grown with Love. So I'm just going to stick that on. Because all these little elements mean so much to so many people, It's just the little things in life. So grown with love. And I can honestly say that's true if it's been in my garden. So here we are. And we go back to the dies. The dies with this set, they cut out your rosemary, your basil, your thyme, your mint. So you've got everything included. So I've just cut out some rosemary here. And I'm just going to adhere them to the front. I always say less is more with Tombow. If you use too much and it splurges all over the place, then you're going to get a very, very sticky card or a very, very sticky gift. Then I have made some little bows using the twine. I'm just going to cut those down, and I'm going to use a glue dot. So just a little glue dot. I'm going to stick my bow on, and then my greeting. Thanks so much. And I'm going to put that on some dimensionals just to lift it. And like I've said, this set is also an online exclusive. You can find some fabulous things online. Thanks so much. And then to close it all up, I'm going to use some Velcro dots. So to align them, just going to put one there. And then the next one right on top of it. And then close my little gift like that. And finally, some embellishments. Now, I don't know if any of you are growing rosemary, but mine is in flower at the moment, and it's the most beautiful pale blue. So I have to admit that what I am about to use are old colours, as in retired, but you will always find something online or in the catalogue that has some beautiful blues. So I just wanted to add these to say, to give that accent and to give the smell. I mean, I love the smell of rosemary. Let's move this one along. I'm using my take a pick, but I'm using the putty end so that you can slide it along and it sticks. And there you go. Just one more, I think. Just at the top. There. So something that looked really difficult is so easy. My packet is in there, filled with my dried rosemary, and I think that's a lovely little gift to give to somebody. So thank you very much for watching, and like I said, if you would like any of the dimensions for this gift, then please don't hesitate to email me at craftycapersuk@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to hand over to Caroline and see what she does with this fabulous suite. Okay, thank you.
Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Hope you can see me. I'm going to demonstrate the embossing folder that belongs to this suite and the textured notes dies, which are amazing. So I shall turn my camera down. Fingers crossed, technology is on my side, and we'll see what I've got to show you. Okay, so let's start with the textured dies. I'm just going to lift them up. They're all rectangular, but they've all got a very pretty border on them. So my cogs were whirring as soon as I saw these, and I thought, right, I've got a plan for you. Put those to one side. I'm also been playing with the corrugated embossing folder. You can hear the corrugated nuts, so that's been very useful, loving it. So I decided to go simple but versatile, and I decided I was going to use two of the new in colors, and I'll explain what I did. So this is the new Timid Tiger paper cardstock, and this is the Secret Sea, which is kind of like a black, but we're calling it like a romantic black, Secrecy. So I had 2 sheets of the Secrecy and 2 sheets of the Timid Tiger. So I decided to die cut both sheets twice in each colour. So I've got 2 sets of all the dies, and I did some other little bits that were like little bits left over. And then I put one set, complete set, through the embossing folder. So I ended up with a pile of rectangles. Some were flat, some were embossed, and I started to play around with them. And before I show you what I put together, I also found in my cupboard these, and whether you can see them there, this is out of the mini catalogue, but they've also transferred over into the annual catalogue. So I've been using these sentiments that just push out. And then I was also using, can you see some of these ones on here, which I'll show you better when I'm actually making them. So, but both of those have transferred over into the new annual catalogue. So basically, with my pile of rectangles and ephemera, I was able to create, I haven't glued any of these down yet because I was fiddled with them, but ordinary size card. I've got notelet sized cards with some of the ephemera. Now these ones I've coloured in with the Timid Tiger. Which I'll show you how I did that, because I haven't been able to get hold of the inks yet. So I've got the inks, but I haven't got the blends. So I got the ink, and I got my blending pen, and you just pick up a little bit of the ink, and you find a little bit of paper just to check it's how it should be. A little bit of ink on your tip, and then you go to the thing that you want to colour, and then you've got a blend. Now I love blends, but when you haven't got the right colours, you can take them from your ink pads and colour in whatever you want to colour in. I've just finished doing these candles, and these can be, they're, as you use them, obviously the ink gradually gets less, so just top it up, or you can use it to your advantage and use a paler version of it. But in this occasion, I want all my candles to be the same. Okay, so that's how you get a blend from your ink. Just put the lid on that, because we all know what happens if you don't. You get ink absolutely everywhere. So what I'm going to start doing is arranging some of these. I just played. I had a pile of rectangles, and I just fiddled and played, moved about, messed around, started again. So you can see there's the, you see the pattern? The pattern is on this side like that. So I'm going to put my Tombow on quite a bit, as Louise said, because it's corrugated, not all of the card is going to be sticking. And I've just got a big blob of glue there, haven't I? I just wipe that up onto a piece of paper. Okay, so you've got your corrugated that I use. This is the biggest one, and when you're putting it on, don't press too hard, otherwise you're going to squish your embossed bit of it. So just like that. So where was it? I think that one was up there, wasn't it? That was down there. So we'll stick this on there. This one is, it's got like a stitched edge almost with a little line in it, but this is the flat version. Where's my Tombow gone? Just a little bit like that. And put that up there. And I'm just going to plug my laptop into the mains, because I've had a little message come up saying the battery's low. I don't like to leave it plugged in. Where's it gone? There we go. Otherwise it'll all be going dark, and I'll carry on and you'll have lost everything that I've done. So let's put this one on. This has got the like a, almost like a, can you see? Let's get that. I'll get it to the focus. There we go. That's pattern on the outside. There's a Tombow. This one's a bit runny, this one. Put that on like that. I'll just mixing and matching with the rectangles. I'll put that one on next. And then I think I might bring a few dimensionals into the mix to give it another look. I've just gone with these two colours, and obviously the white from the card. There we go. Let's do something like that. Right, dimensionals. Let's find that. I'm going to take a pic. Get this behind the candles. Like that. Two little ones. Like that should be enough on there. Take the backs off. Like that. Just going to close on there like that. Just be mindful that your glue on your embossing has stuck down properly. I'm going to put my best wishes up on dimensionals there. I think I'll go the bigger ones on that one. We're doing for time. Let's have a look. Big one there. Big one there. I think we all know how to stick things on with embellishment with the dimensionals now, don't we? That there. What I'm going to do with that one, I'm going to colour that one in as well and stick that on there. That's just to show you that was So a group of rectangles, some just die cut and some embossed with the corrugated card. So I'll just run through. I did some on the notelet sized card because the dies also, the smaller rectangles obviously were fitting those. So I was playing around again with the ephemera, the candles again, and the banner. So that banner I had coloured in. I mean, you can have it at a jaunty angle if you really like. There you go, jaunty angle. And then I thought, well, we could probably make some tags, couldn't we, with some of them. So I've just punched a hole through 2 of the die cut rectangles, put some of the white ribbon on, the ribbon that Louise was colouring in earlier on. It's all part of the suite, and made this into a tag. I mean, you would have to put a piece of white paper on the back, white card, so that you could write on it, unless of course you used a gold pen or a silver pen. You could do that. I've got all sorts going on. I've got a bag of more rectangles, and then this was out of the ephemera set as well. I just thought I would just leave the flowers in the black and white. It was all part of the, so I didn't want to introduce another colour. I just thought I want to go 3 colours, and that's it. And there was another tag. That one says thank you. It was just sort of the reverse way round, with the 2 die cuts rectangles and the ephemera on it. And just keeps on coming. Oh, these are the ones with the balloons on, which are really nice. You could perhaps colour one of those in Timid Tiger. It's just a best wishes on the notelet side. So at the end of the day, I ended up with 9 cards and 2 tags, all out of doing, oh, here's a flowery one, this is a nice one, all out of the 2 sheets each of each colour, die cutting, embossing, and just having a play basically. I'm just going to go back to that first one that I made, because I need to put some embellishments on it, don't I? So the ones I chose to use were the new in colour ones. They're called 2025, 2027 in colour flat pearls, and they are so gorgeously shiny, glossy. So I'm going to pop, I think I'm going to use the Timid Tiger ones. Let's shift all this little look out the way. I start off organised and then I end up in a complete heap. So I'm going to use Timid Tiger ones on the black, like that. Let's move that one out the way. And what else we have? Another big one. So it's quite a bold colour scheme, isn't it? It makes it look like a door, doesn't it? And let's put this one here. There we go. I don't like that one there. Hopefully it'll come off without making a mess. So it's left the glued up in. There we go. We'll just put that one to one side. And we'll pinch that one off there. It's going to stick up there, isn't it? Like that. I think we'll put it here. Like that. So I think that looks rather nice with those. It's just a bit different, I thought. Probably quite good ones for men or young lads, young men. It's not flowery, it's bold, it's effective. So I think I've actually done it in less than my time. I'm making up for last time from going over, you see. But I can carry on showing you everything that I put together. I showed you the flowery one. That was another tag, wasn't it? But yeah, I just got them in a big pile and I just started to play. Now this one, I think this one was the one I ended up with all the little bits left over. I just sort of kept on playing until I came up with something just like this, really. It was just playing until I just got an idea. Because there's no rules as such. You just put them on how you like. And then it could even go all funny angles on that one, couldn't we? The world is your oyster. I think I prefer it the other way, actually. But there we go. So there you go. I think that's it for me. I've had great fun just with a load of rectangles, some ephemera, some embellishments. So if you wanted to come and learn more from me, get in touch. My shop's carolineheslin.stampinup.net, so you can find all these things via that shop. And if you need a new catalogue, get in touch with me, cmheslam@gmail.com. And if you're on Facebook, Instagram, Caroline's Creative Crafts. So I do at-home classes, and I also go to Clover Village Hall, which is just up the road from me if you live near Retford. So looking forward to seeing you at some point. Hopefully Louise is in control of all the technology. I've just come back up to me. Oh no, I'll turn that off. Let's turn me back to me. Be back to me at some point. There we are, back to me. And I'm hoping you have a very happy Easter. I hope we do get some more sunshine, because I think the weather is supposed to be breaking, but we have had some marvellous weather just recently, haven't we? And garden does need some rain, doesn't it? I'm having to get the hose pipe out, which isn't ideal, is it? So looking forward to seeing you again at some point, and hopefully we'll see you next month when we do it all again. And I think Louise will be coming in and rounding us off and sorting us all out.
Oh. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you very much, Elizabeth and Caroline. We will be here live again in May. I think it's I can't remember actually without looking. I ought to know. It's the 20th of May, and we're going to bring along some of Stampin' Up's kits. So if you want to find out a little bit more about the kit collection, then I'd love to see you soon.
Can I just say one thing? Looking at Caroline's presentation, one thing that I love to do, if I've got 2 minutes spare, I like to run off as many pieces as possible so that it doesn't become a chore when you're making gifts and cards for people. So like Caroline did, she ran off lots and lots of rectangles in the timid tiger and the black and white. So I would encourage you, if you've got a spare minute, then craft. And you don't even have to play, just make it all available so that it doesn't become a chore, because crafting is beautiful and amazing. Okay, back to Louise.
And I just wish to say exactly what I endorse what Elizabeth said. I sat down and crafted for me, and I just want to wish you all a very happy Easter. So take care, have a lovely time, and we'll see you soon. Okay?